truckdriver101.com. Here we go. DUIs, felonies, and a lot of tickets. If you got a lot of tickets, if you got felonies, if you got a DUI, it is hard to become a truck driver. You can go online and check out websites of many trucking companies, and they have rules and regulations of whether they'll hire you. I would say you try and apply anyway, because you never know. Sometimes they might break those rules for you, especially if it's been a significant amount of time between whatever problem you may have in that arena. Always remember, don't go to trucking school if you have those problems, felonies, DUIs, or a lot of tickets. Basically sit back, find companies that are willing to hire you. You can do this either by calling companies, from just Googling trucking companies. Start with Warner, Prime, Swift, Snyder, companies like that. But they're going to have it listed on their websites, and you'll see they'll say a DUI 5 years or 3 years. So the best way to do it too is to go on the websites and see it, but that doesn't really necessarily mean anything. I've seen companies break rules on their break rules that they say they wouldn't do on their websites. So you got to find companies willing to hire you, basically, and that will be difficult. But they're out there. You may have to go off the beaten path and find some local companies or something like that. But like a small owner-operator type company, but there are people out there who will hire you. But you've got to find that first before you apply for trucking school, because if you apply for trucking school and you don't have a job, you still owe the money. You see what I'm saying? So you got to figure that part out first. Another thing is, don't just sit there and be a fool. Go get your background check. Go run checks on your license. How many tickets do you have currently? Do you have any outstanding tickets? All that stuff needs to be taken care of. Know this before it happens at orientation. Don't be the one of those people who could sit back on the bus because they didn't think their felony would come up in the computer. If it's there, it will come up. Now, if you are able to get a job in the industry and everything, to make it easier on your next job, I would get that thing expunged, which is supposed to make it like it never happened. Supposedly, they say. I would, if you can today, if it's been long enough, I would try to get it expunged so you can, or if it's something that's a juvenile. In some places I've heard people talk about getting their records sealed if it's something they did when they were juvenile. But I think nowadays they get rid of a lot of records of juvenile stupidity when you're an adult. But bottom line is, either see if you can get rid of it, or just deal with it, call companies, see what you can do. Or maybe there's just another aspect of the trucking industry that you have to do because they won't give you a job as a driver. I mean, it's a possibility. But you'll see it on the websites. You can go apply and see if you can get through some of those rules and regulations. But if not, it is what it is. At that point, you can try to get it expunged. But if you can't get it expunged, you have to deal with what you can actually do. It's not a death sentence. I mean, there's a lot of other jobs out there. I mean, power line companies are hiring, all types of companies out there hiring. You just got to think outside the box. But the bigger picture is, first, find a company. Go to their websites, see what they're hiring, see what their rules are, and apply for any of them that'll let you apply, even if you possibly break their rules. Because sometimes a recruiter might get you through. So, that's it, guys. That's truckdriver101.com. It ain't easy if you got tickets, felonies, and DUIs, but it's possible. All right, guys. Talk to you later.